Welcome to Florida Men on Florida Man with Greg, Wayne, Josh, and Cameron, the podcast where Floridians discuss the crazy but true stories that always seem to take place in Florida. How's the week been going so far?
Good week.
Good week.
Yeah.
Greg, he's threatened to quit the podcast.
Multiple times.
Yep. But this week he handed his notice.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Can you? What was his list of grievances?
It's daunting. He never gets enough attention.
Uh-huh.
Not enough mic time. We don't even give him a mic.
No, he says we blame all of the editing mistakes on him, which I think is ludicrous.
Well, he's got a mic, but it's made out of cardboard.
Yeah.
Not
And
plugged in anything.
It just says mic on it. So he doesn't know.
He talks into it all the time. God bless him.
Yeah. He's shaking his head right now, but that's what you get for not having a mic.
Yep.
Dum-dum. So thank you to everybody who is listening all over the place. Kind of random, but we have listeners in Europe, which is really cool, and we appreciate that. Quite a few in the UK.
The homeland.
The homeland.
The old country.
The old country.
I was on your side of the tea party, everybody, over there.
Most of the listeners, unfortunately, are in Florida. Unfortunately for you guys, being stuck in Florida. But it's cool that you get to relate to all the stories.
Yeah, we got some really random countries too, like Ukraine. We have a listener.
A listener in the Ukraine.
Our favorite listener.
Thailand. Argentina.
I love Thai food, though. Thai
Yeah.
soup. God
Pad
bless.
Thai.
Pad Thai.
Pad Thai is so good.
Pad Thai.
Actually, if we can just close it out right here, I think this is good.
I'm hungry.
Canada.
Pad
I'm hungry.
I've heard of Canada.
Canada.
There are a couple dozen Canadians, which is cool.
Yeah.
So, there's a couple.
Yeah. Period.
Yeah, there's only a few Canadians, and two of them are listening to our show. So, what's
The
up,
two
you guys?
Mounties, hopefully.
Yeah. Yep. So, thank you for that. Thank you for all of the stories that you send in. Unfortunately, we can't feature all of them, but we can feature a few. And Cameron's got one.
Yeah, I do have one.
I'll find one.
It's a doozy.
Josh, this is my segment. Please don't.
Okay. I
Interrupt.
think we skipped my segment.
We're going in reverse.
That was on purpose.
It's a reverse.
Why? Are we celebrating something special or something?
Yeah.
It's like it's Cameron's birthday.
What? 23?
Yeah.
Cameron?
23 plus some change.
Nice.
Cameron's 28, 2 years away from 30.
Uh-huh.
The youngest baby of the bunch. Tell us how you feel in your old bones of a body.
I feel.
Old dirty bones.
I don't know how you guys do it.
Yeah.
I mean, 30.
Well, I tell you what.
Scary.
I get up 8. I go down the shuffleboard courts. I play around.
Yeah.
Shoot some billiards.
Yep.
Drink
And
some
then
OJ.
I got a bingo.
Right.
Yeah.
Play bingo, and then I do water aerobics.
Yeah. You should see Josh do water aerobics.
Oh. it
What's
is
that? The pirouette you do underwater with your legs cross.
Uh-huh. I call it the flubby cross.
Flubby cross.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the old flubby cross. No, he's fantastic at water aerobics. But happy birthday to Cameron. You guys make sure to write in and say happy birthday to him.
Yep.
Makes him feel really happy.
In whatever your native language is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you speak Canadian, write in
Or
Canadian.
Ukrainian.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Or UKian.
Yeah.
UKian.
Irelandian.
Irelandian.
Careful, Cameron.
Yeah. So before I read this story, I'm going to show you guys the picture because you guys have. I don't think you guys have seen this one.
Oh, God.
No,
So-
when we went through your phone earlier,
We saw some pictures.
we saw some pictures.
Not that one.
No.
So I want you to see who we're talking about.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
That's a mugshot.
Okay.
Describe it.
Looks like, you remember the movie Elephant Boy? Elephant?
They'll get
80s, big fat head on him.
Yeah, had a big knot on his forehead.
Water,
the whole
water
head
for
was-
elephants.
I think, yeah, water for elephants. I think the whole head was big. It was some
Yeah.
disease. I don't know.
Hold on. First, we should verify. Was that guy, did he really suffer from that disease or was that prosthetics?
No, I don't. I don't know. You guys can judge for yourself. We're going to put this online because
I don't judge, though. That's my rule.
this guy, it's just like, what are the cartoonists at like theme parks?
They make everything really
Caricatures.
exaggerated.
Yeah,
Right.
caricatures. Yeah, he is a 100% a living caricature.
Of a Florida man.
So he got his caricature done, and he's like, I can live up to that.
yeah.
So Florida man arrested for pretending to be a ghost during a funeral.
What's the crime?
What's the crime? Yeah.
Pretending.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously people at the funeral are there to mourn because they're sad.
Right, sure.
what better than to have someone in the hole already saying, "I'm okay."
I think, yeah, it's really great.
Yeah, it's cool down
There's got to
here.
be there's got to be drugs involved.
6 feet deep. The temperature is actually stable around 50 degrees, I believe.
So Bill Thatcher was arrested last week for pretending to be a ghost at St. Joseph Cemetery during the funeral.
Of Bill Thatcher, of William Thatcher.
Of his own funeral?
Yeah. So Bill was under the influence of methamphetamine.
There it is.
What's that have to do with anything, though?
And
Yeah.
he was so messed up on meth that he 100% thought he was really a ghost.
Jesus.
And so he would continuously walk up to people and ask, "Can you see me?"
Oh, God.
Wow. If you were a ghost, that would be the first thing you'd do?
Yeah, poor guy. Well, here's the thing. In this scenario, he's not dressed up, so no one thinks he's a ghost but him.
Yeah,
Everyone
but-
else thinks he's a drug addict.
Yeah, I mean, he's making sure, though. I mean, can you see me?
He's not in like headstone attire?
No.
And yeah, so there was 55 people there
Wow.
at this funeral.
Did
which
all of them have visual record of them?
I don't think they all saw him. So
Bingo.
that's
So
a
he could have
possibility.
been.
Someone played along and was like, I don't see you, bro.
And he's like, wait, okay, wow.
So it is a really sad thing. I mean, you know, you're there trying to pay your respects,
Sure.
and have your remembrance and all this time
Right.
as a family, and then some whacked out meth head is running around.
Do you see me?
I'm a ghost. Can you see me?
Yeah, can you see me?
I want to know how he arrived. Was he early?
I don't think he was invited. Let's get that.
He woke up in the cemetery
Yeah, he might have been there already.
in the middle of the day and was like, "What are all these people doing?"
Are they celebrating my funeral?
Yeah, I
Okay,
mean, honestly,
wow.
put yourself in his shoes. He genuinely thinks he's a ghost. He's,
Yeah.
methed out of his mind. And he wakes up going, "This is my own funeral."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd be freaked out too.
Yeah.
So he did apologize.
I love him.
Part of the apology, this is a quote from him. "I didn't realize that there were so many blanking squares. I suppose meth and cemeteries don't mend well."
This guy, he's seeing another dimension that I'm not aware of.
He's so far advanced. But I do feel bad for him, honestly. And I feel bad for the family. I feel bad for everybody in the story. Thanks, Cameron. You bummed me out.
Was he on the inside of like a cargo net? And that's why he kept seeing squares?
Can I tell you guys an embarrassing story?
No,
Okay.
no, I refuse.
Listen, it has to do with being a ghost. 4 Halloweens ago, my sister, Josh's wife, talked us into...
One of them.
Yeah, yeah. So Josh is Mormon. Talked us into going to my parents' house to scare trick-or-treaters. And my wife, my sister, and myself, we were all going to be ghosts, but they ran out of sheets, and they gave me a fitted sheet. So, like...
Nothing scarier than ankles,
it was
invisible
it was
ankles.
floral.
Nobody could figure out how to fold it.
Yeah, I got a floral fitted sheet thrown over me.
That's creepier than...
Yeah, well, I look insane. But anyways, so I feel for this guy. Big ups for the apology.
As opposed to 3 other adults in not fitted sheets.
Regular sheets.
Oh, watch out.
Can you see me?
I wasn't expecting to get scared today.
Well, I think we actually have a follow-up to a previous story, don't
Yeah. Did we say who sent us this?
we? Ryan
story?
from Missouri.
Yeah. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we do have. I have a follow up from a previous story. I think this one was the first headline that we did in our first episode.
I love it.
So if you remember, if you haven't heard that the first episode,
You
know,
probably have because it's our
go back
homer.
and
It's our
start over.
triple play.
Opus Day.
Yep.
So the first story was about a guy that went into a crock pit.
I like that lip pop right
Yeah.
before.
Crocodile Pit.
He went into a crocodile pond at some kind of park,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he swam with crocodiles for 3 hours.
Wayne, do you remember this? Because we rewrote the headline for this.
We did.
Okay, go ahead.
You weren't there.
Well, in the story, the guy was wearing Crocs in a
Yeah.
crocodile pond.
Yep.
Yeah, he swam in the crocodile pond for 3 hours before finally one of the crocodiles was just like, "All right, I'm tired of this."
We should have submitted
and
this to
they
the
finally
editor, 'cause-
attacked him.
Well, when he left his Crocs, his shoes, his Crocs,
Naturally,
in the
yeah.
crocodile pond.
Yep.
So then Josh came up with an alternative headline.
Give him that gold.
Now's your chance, Josh.
Man enters crocodile pit with 4 Crocs. Leaves crocodile pit, 5 Crocs.
Because one of his Crocs was left behind.
Yeah,
But naturally, you assume he must have molested a croc.
yeah.
Right. There's a lot of crocodile molestation happening on this podcast lately.
Molestation's probably our word of the
We are very
podcast, right?
anti-croc molestation.
Yeah.
Just
If you're not
so
from
we're clear.
Florida, to reference the joke, there are signs everywhere in Florida near lakes that
I'll put
say,
it on our site.
Yeah, the signs say, please do not molest the crocodiles. These
Yeah.
are actual signs in Florida. They're everywhere. They're state sponsored.
Thank goodness it says please. So you can molest them. Don't expect a please.
Yeah, we don't want you to.
Yeah.
FMOFM.com is our website. You can find it there. It's a really crappy site. So, but if you want to see it,
Hello.
I'm just kidding. Josh has a site. It's amazing.
I work on that thing.
FMOFM.com.
Yep.
Right when I clock in at work.
Yep.
Yep. I log in,
8 hours a day.
working on that thing. Phone's ringing off the hook, and I'm like, I get to you.
Hold, please.
I got
Put a molestation sign up
I got
on my
10
desk.
views a day on
I'm
this
working
website.
on my podcast.
All right, so this guy, this is the follow-up to it. He received 1 year in jail for his little swim with the crocodiles.
Good God. Why?
So for trespassing and criminal mischief, which honestly, I was a whole year. I figured it'd be a fine.
he got bit multiple times. That's it.
Yeah, that should be.
Yeah,
Yeah, you've done
souvenir.
you've been what's it called? Absolved. Right? Isn't that what the Catholics call it?
Sounds right.
Yeah.
You're now even. Everybody's even.
You're even.
You got a croc, and you kept your crocs.
Did they even ask the crocodiles how they felt about it? No.
Thank you, Cam. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't
Greg?
do my research.
No.
Greg says they didn't. No one ever cares about
Nobody
the
even
crocodiles.
pulled the
Greg
crocs.
quit anyway, so
Yeah. Greg, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, get the hell out of here.
So I love it. That's our first kind of update, which is awesome. But also, it brings me back to episode 1.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
fun.
that
That
was
was sent
so
to
fun.
us by Nick from Auburndale.
Don't care.
Thank you, Nick.
Nick from Auburndale. God bless you.
Until he hands me a $5, I don't care.
Josh says he'll give you a shout out.
Pay up or shut up.
Yeah, to pay up or shut up. That's Josh's philosophy.
I'll say your name out loud. Ready?
For $5.
It could go right here.
Somebody didn't pay up.
Send Josh $5 if you want your name there by next week.
Venmo, Bimbo me, do whatever.
Do whatever you got to do. Well, that's awesome. I love the update. I've got a story, and it's a bit on the spooky side.
Okay.
Spooky.
I
I
know.
already
Well,
did a
last-
ghost story,
yeah,
so
last,
thanks for copycat.
yeah. Well, I have to pay you back somehow for stealing my basketball story.
What?
Okay, just get over it.
Listen, to everybody who wrote in taking my side in that argument, I appreciate that.
Well, you said you wore your swim trousers short and loose,
Yeah.
which is obviously a mistake.
Yeah.
Nobody wears anything short and loose.
No, but short and loose is it's also how people would
Your lower back
they would,
tattoo.
They would describe me that way in high school. They would
Short
say,
and loose.
you know Wayne, right? He's short and loose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was embarrassing. I don't know why I brought it up. George Colby is our subject tonight. He was
Nice.
born in 1848.
Cam,
Nice.
stop on your texting machine and do the math.
I'm working here.
All right. So
He's trying to fix our website.
if he was born in 1848, how old is he now?
200 something.
171.
There it is.
Your crew run.
Freestyle. Greg, can you check the
Nope.
math on that?
Notorious B.I.G.
Greg is holding a picket sign right now.
Oh gosh.
It says, hell
Did you
no.
just play audio
I won't
out
go.
loud?
I said, oh gosh.
Oh, I thought I heard a fourth voice
No.
in here.
It was Greg.
We got poltergeist mics.
Well, speaking of poltergeist,
Uh-oh.
hello.
Tell us.
When George Colby was a child, his family moved from New York to Forestville
New
Township,
York City.
Minnesota, to 160 acres of land that his father had bought.
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Your accents are
actually,
dead
yeah.
on.
Cameron, can you do a Minnesotan accent?
Yeah, he's been.
It's a Minnesota.
There.
Wow. Gosh, I feel like I'm there.
Spot on. If you're looking for voiceover work,
Yeah, I'm available.
Now-
text.
I'm not free, but I'm available.
Oh, no.
Hello. He winked at Josh when he said that.
Yeah. Flashbacks to high
Got
school.
me feeling left out over here. Spicy boys.
Short and loose.
So George Colby was one of 5 kids, and as with most of our episodes, some kids got to die
What?
to get the story going.
Wow.
Okay.
Whoa.
I'm just being
As is
honest with you
tradition.
guys. As is tradition. He has 2 brothers, 2 sisters. I'm going to be upfront with you guys. The 2 sisters don't make it out of the story alive.
Too soon.
They didn't drown this time, but both of his sisters died at a very
How do
young
you
age.
know?
Well, it's the 1800s. I mean,
Yeah, back then.
Gravity got him.
Back then, diarrhea would get you. That's a true fact.
Yep.
Uh,
That's true. Diarrhea will get you now.
We'll get you if you do a headstand because you got nowhere to go. That's what I would say. If you got diarrhea, don't do a headstand.
yeah, he does say that a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for the reminder.
I keep it written on my shirt.
Yeah. And it has an arrow pointing
Yeah.
the opposite direction.
Face this direction.
Always face this way.
I love headstands though.
So after his sisters died, George Colby's family became very, very, very fundamentally so religious.
They don't really get a lot of time in our podcast. Sorry, sisters.
No.
No.
Or names.
They were what now?
Fundamentally
Fundamentalist.
Fundamentally
religious.
what? Okay, religious. Okay.
Yeah. They were Baptists, but fundamentalist. And so basically they take the translation of scripture very literally.
Verse by verse or chapter by chapter.
I
Literal.
think it's verse by verse.
So if
They
the
have to
verse,
memorize it.
verse was,
Helped.
and he wept.
They have to cry
Okay.
on the spot. Very dramatic. So basically, there is this thing called the Age of Accountability in the Baptist faith back then. And it states that like when you're 12 years old, you can no longer ride on your parents' coattails into heaven. That's a loose translation. That's not actually what they said. But it means that you now know right from wrong, or you should know right from
Should
wrong.
you be taken up the hill and sacrificed?
Gotcha.
Right. Well, yeah, basically.
Immediate heaven or
Or
it's up to you, bro.
It's up to you.
So-
Do you want to test it?
It's basically, you're old enough to make your own decisions.
Right.
If you don't do the right thing,
They believe if you
It's your own
died
fault.
before 12,
like
you went,
Josh said,
you
put
went
up
to
or shut up.
Put up or shut
right.
up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Pay up or shut up.
There
if,
you go.
If you,
Nick.
that's actually most religions, I think.
Yeah.
Pay up or
Pay
shut
up or
up.
shut up. But no,
Wow.
if you
This guy just broke through every religion out there.
hire me if you want some motivational speaking, let me know. This podcast pays.
Ooh,
Um,
bro, we're trying.
I know.
We just bought you new insoles for your
I
shoes.
know you did. I'm sorry.
Dr. Scholl's.
I know.
Name brand.
We're sponsored. No, but basically, if you passed away before 12, they believe you automatically go to heaven because you don't know any better, right? But once you turn 12, you're held accountable for your actions. So at 12 years old, George Colby, they let him know, look, man, it's time to get baptized.
Yep, pay up or shut up.
Yeah.
Right. And
It's going to be
so-
a super fun birthday. All right.
Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah.
Like the Hunger Games.
You remember
Hurry up
heaven?
and cut your cake.
How stressful. I know. You want to bite a cake? Well, you better scarf it down because you're about to get baptized, son.
You remember how great we talked about heaven? Yeah. Well, you had 100% shot. You were going in until today.
Now it's 50-50.
Now it's not looking good, bud.
Not looking good.
So they basically, when they baptize somebody, it's full submersion. No sprinkling, no splashing. You're going under the water.
Okay.
So
stand in front of sprinkler.
right, yeah, exactly. And
That
there's
doesn't work, yeah.
There's no baptism little tub in churches like they have now. You had to find a body of water,
Okay.
mud
Seemed
puddle,
pretty easy.
mud puddle at best, but
is that
preferably
true?
a lake or a river. I
Okay.
made the mud puddle part up.
Oh, well, geez.
Yeah.
Pay up or shut up.
Yeah. So pay up or shut up. So the lake, unfortunately for George, was frozen over because he turned 12 in the winter of 1860.
Wow, this
Wow.
birthday is getting even better and better.
Not looking good, George.
Yeah, so he's got God going against him right now.
Right. And so naturally you would say, hey, let's put off the baptism until the lake unfreezes.
Now, does the age of accountability also move?
Yeah, I
Or
mean, I
is it-
think God understands. The lake was frozen. I won't hold him accountable for that.
Listen, God 100%
We'll give him
understands.
another couple months.
Because this is a risky move right here. So
Yeah.
if he goes in the water and dies, since birthday happened at 12:01,
Strike midnight.
how has he been that whole birthday? Like, was he been a little greedy? Like, I want this. I want Cocoa Puffs, Mom.
Yeah, he wasn't super thankful for his gifts that he got.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. And then
It's
so
like another piece of slate and chalk. Ugh.
then you drown and then
Boom, hell.
knock, knock, knock. It's me, the devil.
I only had 6 hours of being myself.
Sorry,
I'm
kid.
already in hell for eternity.
Should have died 7 hours ago.
Pay up or shut up.
Yeah, shut up. So George gets down to the river. It's frozen solid. And
Probably
naturally,
the congregation.
He
I
probably
assume,
thought he
there.
was, got off easy.
all the congregation, his entire family, they go, we're cutting a hole in the lake and we're baptizing you right here.
He's like,
Wow.
Yeah.
but it's still freaking freezing.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Just because you cut a hole, that doesn't make the situation any
Yeah,
better.
the water's not just normal temperature down there. It's also cold.
Yeah, and so they're not even, there's no room for the priest or the pastor to baptize them. They're just cutting a George-sized hole.
Oh, I'm
George.
Yeah,
In
I'm
the
sure
lake.
he's like, I can't spend a lot of time cutting, George. I'd get in there with you.
I would. I really would.
I would. God's will, but
Kerplunk.
my arm can only cut a George-sized hole.
So they toss George in there.
Ooh.
Right.
Ooh, that was a strong one.
Right into the lake.
Yep.
He survives,
Ooh,
surprisingly so. But while he's drying on the side of the lake, George says that he was approached by the spirit of his dead uncle.
Oh,
Yeah, probably because he was half dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
He threw him in a frozen lake.
Did he bring a heater and a warm blanket? Because I don't know
I don't
what
think they
modern
do.
technology.
Like, here's
was
a
back
towel. Hopefully you live.
Yeah, I don't think they do. These guys are extreme. And so while he's kind of recovering from this baptism experience, he says he was visited by a spirit, and the spirit was his dead uncle. And he had a message for George.
then. Were they like best buds or something? Or
I
it's
don't-
like, I'm your uncle.
They doesn't even mention his name, so I doubt it.
Might have just been the weird uncle that nobody really likes
Oh,
to talk to.
you're my uncle?
Yeah.
I've seen you at the gas station a couple times.
Yeah, my notes say ghost uncle, so there's that. But no, the ghost apparently says to him that he is a great psychic and that he hasn't realized his powers yet, and that one
What
day
if Ghost Uncle is talking about himself? I'm a great psychic.
I just don't know it yet.
I just don't know it.
He tells George Colby, "Listen, you're a great psychic. You're going to accomplish a lot of great things, and you're going to establish a town that will be mainly for mediums and psychics and spiritualists.
Okay.
Medium what? Medium fry.
Medium rare.
Medium rare.
People
Size medium.
who speak to the dead.
Which, speaking of that, Burger King got us. You hear them rope us in today when we picked up Burger King?
Josh and I had Burger King right
Y'all are
before the podcast.
disgusting.
We had combos, and then they go, "Do you want medium or large?" Like small's not even an option. And you picked medium, and I did too.
Well,
Because
she-
I'm a copycat.
She looked at both
pressure.
of us and she was like, "These guys don't want small,
Yeah.
medium or large."
I go, look at that belt loop struggling.
So basically, George says to his dead uncle, "Will the town that I'm building, will it be here in Minnesota?" And the uncle
Yeah, that
says,
would be my first question too.
Yeah.
"Sure, I don't want to travel too far.
Well,
I'm
he's-
freezing right now.
Yeah.
I'm shivering."
No, he's freezing. He wants to get out of the cold.
Yeah. And his uncle says, "No, the spiritual center for all of mankind will be found in the South." And so,
Everything good is in the South.
yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Ever had
that's that
Chick-fil-A?
favorite song.
The Lord's chicken.
Yeah.
So his teenage years, George starts practicing the arts, basically the spiritual arts of
Ballet.
He's of ballet, of healing,
Exotic dance.
predicting the future, and speaking
Oh, predicting
to
the future.
spirit guides. So he's regularly talking to ghosts at this point. And as you can imagine, this goes over really well with his fundamental
Is
Baptist
this
parents.
our guy that was on meth that he's talking to?
Good Lord.
Yeah, I think I can practice all those things right now.
Yeah, well, you do on a regular basis.
Oh, well, I don't do it out loud.
Well, George Colby, his parents start beating him on the reg with a cane pole.
Just slip that in there
I like that.
with a cane pole.
Hold on, he's got a problem. How we fix it?
Yeah.
Get that cane pole.
Let's
Yeah.
go fishing, son.
Yeah,
The
it's-
cane pole. Do you want to be hit with short cane pole or a long cane pole?
give me the long
There's
one.
an awful lot of snap on those long ones.
He's like, "Dad, we're going fishing. Where's the bait?" And he's like, just come outside.
You are the bait boy.
Yeah, just come outside. So he starts getting beat. And so George just says, "Hey, you know what? I'm tired of this crap. I'm out of here."
Like it.
And in 1867, he leaves home for good.
At 33 years old.
I think he's 20.
Oh.
He's actually 27.
Carpenter.
Whoa, that was close.
Okay.
Carpenter. He's talking about Jesus.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to correct us.
33.
Oh, I missed it. I'm sorry.
Got him.
And I'm pretty sure I was wrong in the math as
Got
well.
him. Got him.
Got him. So he starts traveling nomadically and going from town to town and practicing these arts, speaking to dead relatives for people.
That's artistic.
I'm speaking to my uncle. For you.
Yeah. He says, "You're also going to build a town."
Yeah. You got your hair is going to continue to grow.
Well, yes.
You
Well,
keep it like that.
As he's traveling, he says he is encountered by this, excellent spirit who has more power than the rest.
Better
And-
than his uncle.
Yeah, and no one. That's what he clarifies. This spirit's name is Seneca. It's an Indian, a deceased Indian, kind of a medicine man named Seneca who's
From
talking
India?
from Native American Indian.
Oh, so
you mean
First Nation.
First generation.
First Nation, right.
American.
I don't. India. Yeah. Sorry.
So this spirit says to George Colby, "You were told by your uncle that you were going to be planting a town in the South. I'm here to tell you that I want you
He's a
and your-
liar.
and your people."
I'm here to tell you, your uncle He didn't know what he's talking about. It's back in Minnesota.
It's going to be, yeah, you came too far.
Yeah, sorry, bro.
He tells him, George Colby, you're going to establish a town in
Florida.
Lucky for us.
We're here. Now we can start listening.
Now we can tune in.
I
We're
wasn't
in Florida.
recording this whole thing, so
What?
Dang it.
Yeah.
Is that why the computer looks
I'll
like
start
that?
it now.
Yeah. Beep. So while George was traveling, he gained some followers. Apparently, he did some stuff that really impressed some people. So he had
Signs
about
and wonders.
30 or so folks who
Somebody's
were
like,
following him
wow,
around.
my hair really is growing still.
You're doing really
Follow
well.
you.
This guy, he's got it.
He's got it. We're going to follow you to Florida.
I predict you'll follow me.
He's right. So they show up in Blue Springs, Florida. And while they're there, George says that Seneca, the spirit, speaks to him and says, I want you to stay here until I give you direction. In the meantime, I want you to build palmetto huts to keep you safe, to keep yourself out of the elements.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very
Let's
fun.
consider it.
If you've seen palmetto bushes, they're not
I've
comfortable.
watched Survivor.
I've seen palmetto bugs the size of bushes too.
Yuck.
He always throws palmetto bugs in
He
there.
loves palmetto bugs.
Ugh.
Second time in our 9-10
I don't
episodes.
think I've ever talked about palmetto bugs with you
Can
guys.
someone do a deep dive,
Greg,
please,
run the track.
and find out where Cameron says palmetto bugs? So while they're in Florida, they start building these huts, and they're waiting for instructions from the spirit guide. In the middle of the night, the witnesses say,
Yep.
this is George Colby and his following.
I feel like
30-ish.
he's setting us up here.
Yeah.
They say that a light appears in the middle of the night. Okay, and that the
Cam,
light.
got any theories?
Was it middle of the night or mid morning? Maybe 6 o'clock.
6-ish.
6:45 a.m.
They
A
lost
ball of
track of
fire
time.
in the sky.
Huge.
Sun shows up. They're like, it's Seneca. Everybody calm down.
He's speaking.
He's speaking.
The
to us.
roosters are crowing.
You don't want to be the one that goes, I don't hear him.
Yeah, calm down. But supposedly this orb shows up and says to George, I want you to travel east until you come to the place with 7 hills. Okay.
Which is tough in Florida because
Yeah, you can't get very far if you keep going.
how big
east.
are these hills?
Also not very hilly, like
No,
at all, much
yeah.
I
less
think
7.
that's what I was saying, yeah.
Yeah.
But Seneca, well, like Cameron said, if you go east long enough, you end up in the ocean. So
Yep.
that's not good.
Oh, yeah, good
That's-
point, Cameron. Sorry
Yeah,
to
thank
hear
you.
you. I was yapping.
I was
It's Cameron's birthday, so I'm throwing him one.
I was
Nice.
a geography major.
He was, actually.
Okay, that's cool. That's useful.
Yeah. He makes maps.
The world's been discovered,
If you
bro.
keep walking east, you'll hit the ocean.
A+.
Mind blown.
Doctorate. So they start traveling, and sure enough, they come across an area with literally 7 hills side by side.
They
And
got
it's,
lucky on that one, didn't
Yeah.
he really did. It's right outside of an established town called Lake Helen, Florida.
Okay.
And so it's this huge plot of land kind of out in the woods. And George says to his followers, this is where we settle. And we're going to name this plot of land Cassadaga, Florida.
Cassadaga,
Original.
Florida, yeah.
Yeah.
Cassadaga, Florida.
Yeah, nope, I got nothing.
So Cassadaga, Florida, however, becomes the town known for where the devil's work is done.
Oh, is that the translation for Cassadaga?
I don't know if it's the literal translation, but that's what everybody else in Florida called Cassadaga. That's the town where people do the devil's work.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, so what you have is basically a new town full of psychics.
Heathens.
Yeah, basically people who talk to the dead.
Yep.
Ghost whisperers, those types of folks. So the
Okay.
people in the neighboring town of Lake Helen, they don't realize this new settlement is happening right nearby.
I mean,
Okay,
it's pretty camouflaged with them palmetto huts.
And the seven hills they can hide. Yeah.
So they could hide for days and
So
days.
the devil's job postings, they are only going to one town in Florida, and these people hit it.
yeah, nobody
it.
else knows.
Yeah.
They're
How's
living
the
off
pay?
the land. Really good pay.
Really good pay.
Really good pay. So in Lake Helen, though, some weird stuff starts happening. So right after these people show up, supposedly, Lake Helen residents start noticing some really strange occurrences. One example here, a husband and wife were walking back from a local kitchen. The sun had gone down, and they noticed 4 hooded figures watching everybody from the outskirts of town.
Hooded.
But back in those days, I mean, that was the entertainment. Watching people.
Yeah.
It was, but I think they're wearing like the black cloaks like Death Eaters from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Okay.
A hooded figure is never a good thing.
No.
I mean, yeah.
I'm
No.
wearing a hood right now. Y'all didn't say nothing.
There's never, nothing ever good in history has happened with
People wearing hooded figures.
Yeah, hooded people.
Yeah, it's either the Klan or an executioner,
Oh.
or in this case, some ghost whisperers apparently. Yeah. But another story: some kids were fishing actually, right outside the woods, and they came running back into town, back into Lake Helen, screaming, saying that there were men in hoods chasing them, and basically yelling incoherently as they were chasing them out of the woods.
Can we get a quote?
Okay, so
There's an actual audio quote.
Okay.
Greg, can you hit play on that? Yeah. So,
that went longer than I thought.
They were scatting.
Yeah.
Who knew they were scat men under them?
Yeah. So, anyways, weird stuff's happening. So at this point, the town in Lake Helen, they get together and they're like, let's go and figure out what the heck is going on with these hooded figures. What are these kids seeing?
It's a town-on-town fight. I've seen it.
It's a huge gang fight. Lake Helen marches out to the woods, and to their surprise, they realize there's about 30 or so people living out there, led by George Colby.
Yeah.
And so they confront them. George Colby says, look, we're minding our own business. We don't wear hoods. We're not creepy. We just talk to the dead out here in the woods.
Hello.
We're minding our own business.
Did you say, what did you say? What was the first sentence you said? We're not creepy. We just talk to the dead.
We just talk to the dead. Mind your business.
Yeah.
However, there was a situation that was kind of interesting. Allegedly, a 6-year-old girl named Elizabeth Hamilton went missing. Her parents put her to bed, and they said in the middle of the night they heard a commotion.
And always with the young girls just either dead or missing.
Whoa, we don't know where this is going.
Well, yeah, no, she's
I just said she's missing.
Did he? I wasn't listening again.
She's definitely dead.
I was waiting for my brain to kick a funny joke into my head.
Wait for your cue.
Yeah, because I like 6-year-old girl jokes.
I know it. Well, they basically go hunting for this girl. And
that's not fun.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
Because she's missing. She's not in the house. They hear a commotion. I'm sorry.
Going hunting.
No, I'm sorry.
For a 6-year-old girl.
We'll get you.
Yeah. The parents hear a commotion and they go to her room and she's gone. And so the town gets together. They go looking for her and they find her, like her pajama bottoms, like her tights that keep her warm.
It's Florida, though. Do you wear pajama bottoms?
I wear a onesie.
Yeah. Well,
that has like the butt flap that you pop. Pop it open.
I just cut the hole in the back.
I don't like the constant breeze. I like the relief of being able to pop that open.
Oh, you got 2 buttons?
Yeah, we'll probably edit this part out.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Too graphic?
People like that. It's sensual.
It is sensual. Too sensual.
Oh,
people are feeling uncomfortable.
Pervert.
Because they got a boo.
So we're gonna edit that out. So they arrive
because their nipples are hard
at the settlement. Yeah, and they go. Look, where's the kid? And so you're waiting for this huge fight to happen.
Yep. Guns drawn.
Yeah,
where's the kid? And then they're like, no, where's the kid?
Literally, both towns back down. Like, there's no fight.
Nice.
Cassadaga backs down. And their defense, there's no evidence of any of this really. Granted, they said this girl's gone missing, or whatnot.
And they're like, prove the girl really existed.
Well, at this point, these rumors are traveling all across the state. So basically, everywhere you go, people are saying, well, there's this demon town called Cassadaga where people worship the devil and they're kidnapping kids, and then it delves into animal sacrifice and people
naturally,
sacrifice.
If I heard that, I would retell the story like super extreme.
Right, as people do.
Yeah, like the devil showed up. Literally.
Yeah, the devil lives there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
He punched my uncle's friend Tony.
The devil punched my uncle
in the crotch over a fiddle contest.
Yeah. That's a song. That'd be a good song.
Got mad guitar skills now.
Yeah. Ukulele contest. That was weird.
Yeah.
So what's fascinating, despite all these rumors, George Colby, he still petitions the state like every other month for legitimacy. He wants Cassadaga to be a real town, with recognition. And the state obliges.
Okay.
They sign a charter giving them the 55 acres they've been staying on. And thus
Legally?
Cassadaga, Florida is formed.
I like how that, hey, this land, can I just have it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. I'm going to make it a town.
Wait, there's actually rumors, though, that you've been kidnapping kids and wearing hoods. What's that about?
Talking to dead people.
That's not true?
Is it?
You can have it.
Okay, cool.
It's just 55 acres.
What kind of weird stuff? I don't want to, assume. But what kind of threats did they make to get this land and get this charter?
Who knows?
Uh-huh. I mean, they're working with the devil.
He says, I'm talking to my spirit guide, Seneca.
What's your favorite devil song, Cam?
The devil went down to Georgia.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was Running with the Devil or something.
No.
Is that a song?
I thought it was like an 80s song.
Probably.
Well,
They sang about weird
I'm not
stuff in
from
the
the
80s.
80s.
So the town's legitimate. And what's fascinating is Cassadaga, Florida is still around today. You can drive there. It's in Volusia County, I believe. And it's full of urban legends and spooky stories. And it's estimated that over 85% of the current residents are either psychics, mediums, or healers.
So there's no surprise in them if we show up.
Wow. Yeah.
Saw you guys coming.
Yeah. Hey, I need a place to sleep. We know.
Heard about your stupid podcast.
Yeah. I can pay $65. You sure? Because you got $75 in your pocket.
And
We've seen your bank account.
we know you stopped by Burger King on the way here. But what's fascinating is the town has a hotel, an auditorium, the George Colby Memorial Temple, which sounds fun, the community library, a bookstore, it's kind of become a tourist attraction.
Okay.
So back then, people were scared of it. Now people are like, this is urban legend stuff. Let's go hang out there. This is kind of cool. But what's interesting is there's one piece of little touristy attraction called the Devil's Chair.
Tell us about it.
Oh, okay.
Because that sounds interesting. I would
where
actually.
prisoners were electrocuted?
Yeah.
I wish.
I might
No,
want to actually go to this.
I don't wish. The Devil's Chair is listed as one of the top 10 most haunted places in America.
Okay, never mind. I don't want to go.
This sounds like Raiders of the Lost Ark, where you're like, which cup did Jesus drink out of? And you're like, ooh, that one, the fancy one. Then you die.
That movie was scary. When that Nazi
You saw
face
that, Cam?
melted
I
at
know
the
it's a
end.
little older than you.
I've seen that one.
So what Jesus chalice look like?
Is that the one with Shia LaBeouf?
That's the new one. That's
I
no
don't
good.
know.
With the aliens?
No.
That movie sucked.
Anyways, Jesus didn't drink out of gold when it was like mud and poo.
Yeah, because he was humble.
So what did the devil's chair look like? Would it be gold?
Devil's Chair is just like bricks, like chimney bricks. But the rumors are, this is funny,
Chimney bricks?
like, the red bricks.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because they make chimneys out of.
Yeah.
Or devil chairs.
Or devil chairs.
Yeah.
That was in the instruction book.
So,
You could build two things out of these bricks.
one, chimney.
Yep.
Two,
Or
Devil's Chair.
if you keep going on page 3, you accidentally turn your chimney into devil's chair.
So, the rumors surrounding the Devil's Chair are pretty interesting. Some people say that if you sit in the chair, you hear the devil actually talking to you.
Okay.
Some people
Nope.
believe it's not actually
Don't
the
like
devil, that it's Seneca, George Colby's spirit guide, talking to you.
That's a big risk.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's either a super positive spirit or the devil.
Yeah, and to be fair, Seneca was actually kind of rude. He was always just like, "Hey, go here, go there. I'm not going to give you an
Your
address.
uncle's dumb.
Your uncle's dumb."
Walk to Florida.
Yeah.
Oof.
But one of the more interesting rumors about the Devil's Chair is that in the middle of the night, if you put an unopened can of beer on the Devil's Chair and leave for an hour, when you
Okay.
come back, the beer will be drank and crushed.
The devil's liquid.
Yeah.
So thirsty the devil is.
Elixir.
But
What happens if you put milk and cookies?
oof, well, Santa Claus shows up. Don't even get
Okay.
me started on that.
How about a beer and then milk and cookies on one side? They show up and
they
they
fight.
become lovers.
The devil and Santa?
Yeah.
That's true.
And then they make one neutral party.
Wow.
What's his name?
Devil Claus.
Devil Claus.
Claus.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
So today I made a phone call to a man who is actually a historian.
Devil Claus.
Okay.
His name is Louis Gates, or Louis Gates, actually. Louis Gates.
Okay.
He's a historian, lives in Florida, lives near Lake Helen, and he's an expert on folklore and Florida
Wow,
history.
you're really putting the time into this podcast. I thought we were all just doing it
Thought we just show up
at
and
the seat of our pants kind of thing.
Well, we're not wearing pants, Joshua.
Oh, at the seat of our crotches.
So I call Louis, and he was super nice. Took the phone call and
That's a good sign.
chatted with me for a bit. And he actually said that the history of the Devil's Chair is way less frightening, and that most of the stories regarding Cassadaga and history were made up. That they were, in fact, just scary stories made up by locals to try and frighten these folks who just moved into the area.
Like you do when new neighbors show up.
You don't want new neighbors living next door
No.
to you. But the Devil's Chair, the actual story was about a man whose wife passed away and was buried in that cemetery. And he would always go and visit her every single day. But eventually he got arthritis and he couldn't do it. And so they
The
built him a
devil's
chair.
chair floated him there.
Build him a chimney.
Well, they built a chair, and so he could sit. And,
Probably
and be
super
with his wife.
comfortable, I assume.
Yeah.
It goes from either super scary or really sweet story. But Louis said that's the story is actually really sweet, and that's the truth behind it. He also said, this is fascinating. So the rumor about the beers being crushed and drank,
Yep.
100%.
Don't tell us.
100%. It was
Please don't.
it was he and his friends.
Oh, Lewis?
So yeah, so this historian,
You
they
dirty dog.
Lewis is the devil.
I know they made up the story in college, and they would hide behind the chair, and these people who would believe it would show up, put the beer cans there, sneak away, and he and his friends would just drink it
So they found
Why
out
wouldn't they
a
save money?
foolproof way
to get free beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put gold and diamonds there.
Yeah,
You won't imagine this. It'll be gone. And a lump of coal will be there.
or lima beans,
Devil claws.
and then you find out it's skunk ape.
Skunk ape.
Hello, callback.
Left some poo there.
So that's the story of Cassadaga, the most haunted town in America,
Okay.
and George Colby, the guy who founded it.
So you brought us up and then you brought us down and ruined it.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
So you told us it was real, and then
Yeah, you said, no, that's actually dumb if you believe that.
Well, it could be real. I
it
mean,
was
who
all
knows?
Lewis the whole time.
Look, here's the thing. Go see for yourself. Town's real. You
Would
know,
you sit in the chair?
drive on over there, sit in the devil's chair, see what happens, drink a beer.
I'll go.
Would you, Wayne, sit in the devil's chair?
I am right now.
Well,
This guy.
besides that,
No, I don't think I would. I don't toy around with that kind of stuff.
would you jump over the devil's chair?
Yeah, hopscotch style.
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. No, like the flop where you do it over your back.
I couldn't do that over anything,
Exactly.
much less a chair.
I'd like to see it.
It's been a good week.
Chimney
Cam
chair.
Daddy,
Yeah.
it's your B day.
Yeah, it is.
Happy
You get
birthday,
to,
buddy.
You get to close us out
Thank you.
however you want to close us out. It's your only time. Make it grand. Make it big. Don't suck.
You're all fired.